second episode of the Frozen Ghost podcast. I have with me Icyhazard XXXXXXXXXXX.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
Thanks for making me seem more like an edgelord than I have been these past couple of years.
You are an edgelord, aren't you? You're an edgelord?
I'm more of a stable edgelord than I was when I was in my teen years.
You had a Red Wolf persona.
When I was like 16.
Yeah. But it still happened. That was pretty edgy. But you were also like, you wear black all the time.
I do.
How is that not black? Being edgy?
I'm being goth punk, damn it.
You're being goth punk. How goth are you?
I mean, by traditional standards, none, but there's so many variations of goth fashion that, technically counts. I wear all black, but my type of style goes towards like new goth or more grungy, punky sort of stuff. I wear a lot of leather jackets and combat boots and just ripped up pants and leggings.
Oh, that's very edgy.
Yeah, don't even get me started. I did a whole video about edgy art and shit.
Yeah.
I
saw that video. That was a good video.
Yeah.
I like that video.
Too bad I'm not doing those videos again. Probably won't be for a while.
Good.
Yeah.
Probably won't be.
Yeah, I just don't understand, people who think that they're funny for saying, you're edgy. Like,
edgy.
Bruh.
Like it's a funny thing. It's a funny joke. Haha. I have made the funny.
Mm-hmm. I think I liked a tweet from this one artist that I follow that was like, it was like, what's your unpopular art opinion? And this person was just like, keep drawing edgy art. People think that they're funny and they're not. And I was like, fucking thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I learned...
I think the best rebuttal you can have is to somebody thinking they're like, very clever by saying, you're edgy, is just like, you're not funny. And that's it. Like, they don't really have much of an argument after that. They're just like, well, I think I'm funny.
Yeah, either that or just, and you're normal. You're fucking normal. Shut up.
God.
Yeah. It's like a thing that like goths normally have to go through. I've seen like countless videos of like goths talking about their experience about fucking douchebags just coming up to them and just making fun of the way they dress, and it's like, how old are you?
How old are you? Like 23? Grow up. Please.
And you're like making fun of somebody for the way they dress because it's not normal. Like, fuck you, like, bro.
Well, you must have been raised in a suburban household.
Yeah, you must have been raised to be, like, the most abhorrent, like, whitest piece of cheese on the planet. Like,
God.
No creativity in your bones whatsoever. You're going to live a boring, boring life, sir.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you over the trailer park in the background.
I have fireworks fucking banging out outside.
Banging. They were just having loud, obnoxious.
It's 4th of July while we're recording this, mind you, so if I like go silent for a second, it's because I hear
date
fucking...
the episode. I see.
Oh,
am I not supposed to say your real name?
It's like, I'm not supposed to do that. All right, you can cut that out.
Don't date the episode.
Okay, you can cut.
I'm gonna keep it in.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a joke.
But yeah. Edginess is honestly, like, not bad.
It's fine. It's not that bad of a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I think I watched a couple of videos too, because I remember in like the video I made about my hot take on edgy art, like I mentioned like people usually go for characters are just like art edgy because of Black and Red, mainly because of Shadow the Hedgehog. Though recently I've like watched a couple videos about people actually defending Shadow, saying he's not edgy, he just got fucked over in his 2005 game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, I never even really thought of that before. So now my opinions have really changed about that game specifically, because I think at the time, when we made our video on Sonic 93, I was just kind of like, I don't mind Shadow the Hedgehog, I thought it was cool. But then like, my opinion has changed. Normalize changing your opinions on stuff, by the way. I can't believe I have to say that, but there are like people who will just like shit on you for like changing your opinion too quickly on something because, you know, you've educated yourself or you just changed your mind about something, and it's like, fucking normalize changing your opinions.
Don't be afraid to change your opinion, because somebody's gonna call you a hypocrite or something. I don't know. I gotta call you like, you know, say you have like a double standard or you're a hypocrite or, you know, whatever the fuck. It's like, no, it's just that I literally I educated myself and I figured some shit out, you know. And in this case, it's like, you know, with Shadow the Hedgehog. But yeah, I watched a couple videos of like people explaining like, you know, what his character, like his personality is, and like why so many people like enjoyed him because of that, and that basically just got thrown out the fucking window in 2005, and Sega really just didn't really give a fuck about the writing department at that point. So it's like, yeah. God. Yeah. It's like, yeah, even like his backstory was like changed heavily for the sake of the game, and it really just warped people's perception on who the fuck Shadow the Hedgehog was, and it's like, damn, like this is not good. Like, this is very just not good. Yeah. There is a I think it's I don't know if it's like the same team that made like Sonic Mania. They're called Mania Team. I might be just being stupid here, but I don't know, I keep getting like videos recommended to like this game that these people are developing for like, it's called like Sonic 2020 or something, and it looks awesome. Like, though the voice acting is kind of shite, but the gameplay and all the stuff that they're doing, that shit's really fucking nice. Like, it's kind of insane that like fans have like made decent games, like the games that like they want to see, meanwhile Sega is like doing not that great when it comes to their stuff. But at least they acknowledge like the indie developers that, you know, make their games. It's probably because, you know, it's gonna make them money too, but whatever. Whatever. You know, just it's Sega. Yeah, it's Sega. I mean, since Sonic Mania got so popular, they acknowledged it, and then they like brought it to like consoles and stuff, which is pretty fucking cool. But at the same time, you kind of have like that cynical part of the back of your head that like thinks, yeah, Sega's probably gonna take advantage of this because let's face it, they don't know what the fuck they're doing with Sonic. Meanwhile, the fans are like, this is what you can do, you know, you can do this, and they're like, you do it. You do it. Yeah, you can do it. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. Sonic is. Yeah. I don't think Sonic is like that bad. It has a reputation behind it, and I don't think it really like deserves like the hatred that it does, especially with like a good chunk of the games. You know. Yeah. I mean, I've enjoyed Sonic since I was like a wee bab, and I definitely enjoyed it when I was a puberty-ridden teenager. And I made OCs through that, and then I like stopped doing that once I got into Marvel movies, and then I started drawing humans, and now I'm back at it again with drawing Sonic OCs. Because, you know, I have no life. Mm-hmm. I have no life. And there's not much I can do in this quarantine-filled world. So all I can really do is just draw a hot Sonic OC and then just expect people to enjoy it. You know? Oh, yeah. Just draw a hot Sonic OC. Mm-hmm. That's all you need to do. I already got, like, somebody drawing, like, NSFW work of my character, and I thought it was fucking awesome. It's funny. I was freaking out about it, like, oh my god, somebody thought my character was hot, and they, like, drew her naked, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, oh my god, that's amazing. That's it game, bro. It's like, that's fucking amazing, dude. Like, I'm usually chill with, like, people, like, drawing me, like, NSFW or, like, pinup art of my OCs and my personas and stuff, because... Same here. Same here. I fully support that.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of people who are not cool with it, and, you know, that's totally fine, but for me, it's like, you know, I'm an adult, like, most of my characters are of adult age, so I could really give less of a shit. Like, if they find my characters that attractive, I think it's kind of, you know, an honor.
Same,
you know?
Same here. I mean, I'm an adult, too, so, like, why not?
Yeah, I usually keep most of my characters of adult age. Like, it's like some of my friends kind of think that's dumb, but like especially when it comes to like certain stories that I write. But at the same time, I just don't want to deal with like, you know, fucking weirdos and like the argument of like the age gap and stuff. Cause I like
just a bad conversation altogether.
Yeah, like I have characters who are technically like underage because it's about it's like a Nightmare on Elm Street story that I'm writing, and obviously the characters have to be young because, you know, Freddy goes after children. So I thought that, you know, for the sake of my morality, I wanted to keep them and, you know, maybe to twist it up a bit, that maybe I could have them go from 17 going on 18. Because I just didn't want to deal with, like, you know, if there were going to be people who found those characters like attractive, even though they're underage, and it's like, I don't know, like some of my friends thought it was kind of dumb, like I shouldn't like dictate like, you know, my characters' ages off of what other people are doing, but it's like at the same time, like if you get a big like franchise, or you get popular enough and people start wanting to lewd your characters, you just kind of don't want to deal with the repercussions of that, you know?
Like, you just really don't want to deal with the consequences of somebody maybe misconstruing a drawing that somebody else made. It's very weird how people place blame on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
it's your fault for creating the character, but they're over the age.
Yeah, my whole thing is like I try to avoid characters that are underage, like the plague, like most of the time, unless it's like for context and like the story, obviously like Nightmare on Elm Street and shit like that.
You're very cautious.
Yeah, I'm very conscious. Yeah, I'm very conscious of that stuff because I know it's a very
cautious.
Cautious, yeah, or whatever the fuck. I can't talk. But like, you get what I mean. Yeah, you get what I mean though. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want people to get like, you know, overwhelmed by that or weirded out by that, and I just want to make sure that, you know, things are, you know, in the right lane and stuff like that, and I don't want to step on people's toes over that stuff because it's a very like complicated like thing, like fiction versus reality. I know I said in like my Sonic 93 video, like you know, if you can tell the difference between fiction and reality, you're completely fine. But, you know, there is a lot of arguments that can be made, like what is like the limit and what is the limit of that, you know?
Where's the line?
Yeah, where's the line with that? And, you know, that's just, for me, like my personal thing is like I just don't want to be near characters that are underage because that's just fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
It's just always just weirded me the fuck out, and I just prefer like characters to be older, obviously, for you know, yeah.
Like but I always prefer that. Just like,
yeah.
Because you know, it's my age range. I'm an adult now. I prefer to watch stuff with adult.
Yeah, you know? That's a thing too. Like especially when you're like making characters, like you always like make them like a year or two older than you. So like when I was like 15, I always made my characters like 16, 17, you know, so on and so forth. Like that's a whole thing too, where like you just like make your characters older, and you don't really understand like the repercussions of like making your characters a certain age and then just all that shit. And then, you know, as you're older, I mean, technically, my main character, Car Thorn, from like my comic, the Verloren series, not sponsored, but you know, check it out.
Yeah, I actually really like the Verloren stuff you're doing.
Thank you.
It's very good.
No one really like knows about it other than my friends, but yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, like my main character in that comic, like I technically like made her 22, and that's like my current age, like right now, so it's kind of like, oh, it's weird. This is a weird feeling, and it's like weird because that's the age of the character, and now this is like the age where I'm finally starting to like, you know, start writing and working on shit. Although I'm still learning how to use fucking Clip Studio for comic book stuff, because oh my god, it's so fucking weird. Fire Alpaca made it seem so easy, but that system is, but that whole program is so broken when it comes to like measurements and stuff, because it is not accurate. I think Clip Studio does a way better job at being like more accurate with measurements, but oh my god, it's confusing.
God. Yeah,
I like totally forgot how to do like figuring out like safe margin. Like the thing is, I know how to do grid systems with like safe margins and stuff like that. It's just with the specific size of the comic pages that I do, I'm just like, how do I do it? Oh fuck. Because I need it to be like a specific size, because I'm basing it off of like a reference of like actual like, you know, comic book page sizes that is used in like, you know, in the industry. So I'm like trying to do that, but then I'm trying to figure out like the safe. I have like all my measurements for like the margins and stuff, and I try to type that in and it doesn't do that right. And I'm like, where the fuck does this even go? Hello? Someone help me. Like,
hello? Please help.
Yeah, help. Help. My address is 123 help.
Good.
Yeah, this is a mishmash of different conversations. This is just the extent of like what I talk about when I'm talking with anybody, really.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, just to clarify, because I don't want anybody to like, you know, get this like twisted or anything. I'm not attracted to underage characters, and 9 times out of 10, if I do like fangirl over a character that's underage, it's usually from an anime, and I don't know what their age is until later when I look into it, and I usually drop them off the top of a hat as soon after.
Same here.
Like, there's this one character from like My Hero Academia, like the one with like the calves, like the rocket calves and the glasses. I was fangirling. I like fangirled over him for like for a couple months, and then like I had the realization that he was 15, and I was like, ugh. No. Please, for the love of God, no, get that away from me. That's why I like the teacher dude, like Izawa, whatever his name is. Like,
he's very, very nice. I can understand why.
He's very
apparently, I share the same kind of vibes that he does.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Considering he just like flops around in a sleeping bag, like, and he's like constantly tired. Except you don't have his hair though. Like he has like long ass fucking hair.
He has really long hair.
Didn't he have like short hair in like the flashbacks though?
Yeah, he had like a ponytail or something. I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know. I haven't watched My Hero Academia since like season 2. Not even. So I don't know. I don't really keep up with a lot of anime.
Yeah.
I want to get back into Black Butler, that's for sure, because I was like, I have like a shit ton of that manga in my bookshelf, and it's one of my favorites. And there's apparently so much shit that's like happened since I like read it like fucking ages ago, and I'm like, oh shit. I need to look into this now. But yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody get that shit twisted. I swear to God, if like, you know how people like take shit out of context to try to say like, oh, you're a pedophile, oh, you're this, you're that, and I'm like, bro, I literally didn't say that, but whatever.
Good.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. So let's get on a more lighthearted subject.
Hell yeah. It's always kind of a weird talk to have, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So for this episode, we thought it would be funny just to talk about really bad movies that either of us have seen.
Yeah.
Because we recently discovered this one movie thanks to like this this reaction video, or like I guess it was kind of a reaction video. They didn't really show the clips other than like to cut in between. I'll have to look up the video real quick, but we found. But I saw like the thumbnail and I thought, oh, this is probably gonna be like a really like.
Are
stupid...
you lost, baby girl?
Oh my god! Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a stupid, sexy movie, like soft porn. It technically was, but oh my god, the shit that happens in it is so bad.
Like I hate it.
I was laughing so hard.
Every bit of it, every single ounce of my being.
I was laughing so hard. It was so bad. Because it's like, what kind of fucking moron would make this movie and think that they could get away with it, you know? It's a Netflix movie, too. Like, obviously Netflix has no restriction when it comes to, like, posting stuff, which is kind of a blessing and a curse, for obvious reasons. So, enough of the stalling. What is the movie? It's called 365 Days. It's a Polish movie. No offense to the Polish. I'm not shading any of them. Alright, 365 Days. This movie makes 50 Shades of Grey seem like a blessing from God.
It's tame.
It's such a tame movie compared to this dumpster fire. Oh my God. It was just... The thing is, it's only been out for like a few months. It came out... Like, it was released in February of this year. Like... And people are just starting to talk about it because it is actually fucking disgusting. Like,
it's actually the worst.
It's
like,
laughably
morally,
bad.
Just like morally, plot wise, just everything about it is just the worst.
It's just the absolute worst. So, where to fucking begin with this? Okay, so. Yeah. It's a romance movie. Giant air quotes romance movie. It's basically advertised from the get-go that it's gonna be like super sexy. Like the cover poster, or like, yeah, the poster for this movie is literally like the main chick like seductively with her arms up and her head tilted, and the guy in the back like on her neck, and he's like covering her tits. Like, it's basically softcore porn, the movie, but with a god awful plot. Like,
God.
People are just like now talking about it. These like, it's like, because Jesus Christ, it's so bad. It has a 3.4 out of 10 on IMDb. That says a lot. Though for some reason on Google Users it says 82% liked this movie, which I don't know.
I think they might have paid some of them. I don't know.
I don't understand the whole like, oh, Google users liked and disliked, because it's usually like obnoxiously high no matter what the movie is.
Yeah, like freaking Jaws 3, the like worst Jaws, has like a lot of people who'd like it on Google. Do you think people just watch a movie from Google and then they're just like, I like it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you think they're just like, they don't want to be like rude?
There's some people who are like that. There's some people that just don't think bad movies exist, but unfortunately, which is a fine mindset to have, but you know.
There has never been a bad movie.
I used to think
you
like
ignorant
that.
Child. You sweet summer child. You sweet babe swaddled in linen cloths. Oh, I stole that from a thing.
I know what video you're talking about too. Okay, so I'm gonna try to read the plot from the Wikipedia page. So, and obviously I'm gonna explain like the shit that we saw when we were watching videos about this. Technically we didn't watch the full movie, we were just watching like videos about it. Like, because honestly, I don't think watching the full movie is worth it. Like, and plus there was enough context given to show that it's still a shitty movie, even if it was cut up for a YouTube video. But like, God. Okay, so the plot according to the Wikipedia article says, after a meeting between, oh god, I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of these names. Torricelli. It's like it's a lot of like mob related stuff, so of course they're like Italian and shit. Okay, between the Torricelli crime family and black market dealers, Massimo, this dude's name is Massimo. At least that's how I don't think I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm calling him Massimo because that is such a macho man name, you know? Alright. Massimo Torricelli watches a beautiful woman on the beach. His father, leader of the... Oh, God. Of the something mafia family, is shot dead, injuring Massimo as well. 5 years later, Massimo is now a ruthless and violent leader, having taken over the Torricelli crime family.
Already we're off to a bang-off start.
Already, this man is crazy.
This man is
violent.
Obviously insane.
We all know about
He is not to be
Mamba.
trusted.
Yeah.
I am going to shoot.
Okay, in Warsaw, Laura Beale, a fiery executive, is unhappy in her relationship with her boyfriend Martin, who rebuffs her when she tries to initiate sex. Laura celebrates her 29th birthday in Italy with friends, but after Martin embarrasses her, she goes for a walk and runs into Massimo, who kidnaps her. That's putting it lightly. Not really, it's literally what fucking happens. Okay, so they don't go into detail about what exactly happened, but, like, this dude literally, like, fucking drugs her, first of all. And one of the most memed lines from the movie was, first of all, this dude literally whispers all of his lines. He doesn't, like, say anything loud. He's always just, like, trying to sound all, like, grovelly and seductive, so he just whispers half the time. And as soon as he, like, runs into, like, this Laura chick, he just goes, "Are you lost, baby girl?"
Are you lost, baby girl? It's like the most iconic line of the movie. Just like, "Are you lost, baby girl?" No, I'm not. Back away, creep.
Like, in like a different context, if you were, I don't know, some people are into that, but like, this is a literal stranger that you just met.
Like a literal stranger.
Who then later kidnaps you. Like, fuck off.
Bruh, stop, calm down.
It's like, he's just horny, dude. Like, that's the whole thing.
Like, he's just too horny.
He just saw her on the beach, his dad fucking died, and then his mind warped into different perception. He took over his father's mafia gig, and then
he was possessed. He was instantly possessed.
Instantly possessed by this random woman he saw on the beach, and he just vowed to... Okay, no, I'm gonna get into that. Alright. Okay, at his villa, mind you, this dude is super rich. He's fucking rich as fuck. Yeah, he's rich.
This is a Polish movie, by the way. So, like, it's just chock full of... Like, the entire movie is English, but, like, the accents are just the best.
I love Polish accents because it's just, are you lost, baby girl?
Are you lost, baby girl? You do not own me. Yes, I do. I own you.
No, let me get into that. Alright, at his villa, Massimo reveals to Laura that she was the woman at the beach 5 years ago, and that when he was injured, all he could think about was her. Creepy. After searching for years and finally spotting her at the airport, he had to have her and intends to keep her as prisoner for 365 days until she falls in love with him. Promising a life of endless luxury. First of all...
yes. My favorite movie. A kidnapping.
Stockholm Syndrome. The movie.
Stockholm Syndrome. The movie.
Mind you.
It's not a horror movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, this was something I was talking to Feghost about when I was fucking screaming about this movie. First of all, this dude is rich. He's a mafia boss who is violent. He literally stalked this woman.
Yeah.
Drugged and kidnapped her and is basically holding her prisoner in his fancy ass fucking villa so she can fall in love with him in 365 days.
Yeah. What doesn't sound right about that? I see. Like, come on. Like, you have to be crazy in order to think that that's not an that's not an acceptable, thing. I think that's a very normal thing.
It's like, I honestly want to know, is this like, to all my ladies out there, do you think this is hot? Like,
do you think this is hot? Do you think this is something special?
Here's the thing. I get the appeal of like being in a mansion with a hot rich guy and doing the dirt during the dirty tango. Vlad Plasmius, Danny Phantom, he's literally the antithesis of that. He lives in a castle, goddammit. But like,
actually, the antithesis is not the right word. I actually learned earlier that antithesis means opposite.
Oh, wow, I'm stupid.
It's literally like in the word antithesis.
Oh, wow, I'm stupid. Either people were using the word wrong or I'm really just that dumb. Anyway, but like,
I don't know, it's probably people using the word wrong because I don't know.
Yeah, damn, I use that word a lot too. Wow, I am really stupid. Damn.
I used to use the word a lot too until somebody was like, actually it means that, and I was like, oh. But yeah. I guess I'm stupid
Anyway, but yeah, I get the appeal of just being with a hot rich dude in his fancy ass house, excuse me, and
Nice.
living life of luxury and doing and fucking and all that. But like, yeah. is the whole like being held prisoner like,
really necessary? Is that really necessary?
Like, I just kept comparing this film to Beauty and the Beast, because it's like, it's literally like the same thing, except it's not Stockholmy, because both of the characters learn and grew from their, like, well, the Beast mainly grew. Belle didn't have to do shit because
she was just pretty.
Yeah, she was just pretty and she already had a good heart, and, she called his bitch ass out when he was being,
A tale as old as time.
Yeah, but, like, see, I get the appeal of that, but then when you try to apply, like, this high stake, like, you're being, like, held hostage by this rich dude. And, okay, this is the thing I was telling Feghost. If this wasn't a hot rich dude, this would be a horror movie. This would be straight up a horror movie. I'm surprised this movie in general, like, as it's in state right now, wasn't sold as a horror movie. Because it is terrifying. Like,
it's actually the worst.
It's literally the worst. Like, this is, like, 50 Shades of Grey already had, like, a shit ton of problems with, like, the shit it was trying to spew about, BDSM and stuff, which, don't even get me fucking started.
Just get on your knees.
Yeah, but yeah, like, this movie, like, does it worse, in my opinion, because they don't even, like, try to hide and or, like, pretend that this thing, like, how the scenario, like, opened up.
Okay.
Yeah, they just completely play it off like this is completely normal and that this is, like, a romantic story. Like, do these people not realize that people are going to remember the context clues? I mean, obviously, as I'm going to explain later on, there are a lot of scenes in here that I'm pretty sure a lot of people got from, but
yeah,
there's still, like, I watched them and I was like, shit, that is hot, but at the same time, I have that thing in the back of my mind of, like, 50 different things that led up to this point. Like,
yeah, just like,
I cannot look past that.
He did drug her.
He did drug and kidnap her and, like, fucked her over, but hey, they look hot together when they're having sex.
I don't, like, bruh.
I don't know. Alright, let's just, okay.
The entire movie is just a bra moment.
It's literally, but it's so laughable. It gets, like, so much worse. It's like, I was laughing so hard.
Baby girl? Baby girl, I swear I am not a predator. I do not know.
Alright. Okay, so and promises.
I do not know social conventions. I am rich. I am not a social butterfly, you know.
Alright, okay. When she tries to escape, he threatens her family. Great. Shows her photographs of Martin's infidelity, and tells her a breakup letter was delivered to Martin on her behalf. He reassures her that he will not touch her without her consent, even as he touches her. Even as he touches her without her consent. It's like, which means, it's like, with no means of escaping, Laura gives in. Okay, yeah, okay, I know the scene that they're talking about with this. She's literally, like, fighting him, like, trying to get away, and, like, he pins her to a chair and literally has his hand on her boob as he's, like, talking to her. And it's like, bruh, you are on thin ice. I mean, all while he's just like, I will not do anything without consent, as his hand is literally like squeeze on the boob, on the boobie. Like, really? Like, okay, that's a lie. Press like X for doubt. just like that Tyler the Creator meme, just like, so that was a fucking lie. It's just press X for doubt. God. Considering what literally happens later, that had us fucking screaming. God. It's pretty funny. As they spend time together, a vengeful and angry Laura provokes him by wearing lingerie. Wait, what? It's like, as they spend time together, a vengeful and angry Laura provokes him by wearing lingerie and revealing dresses. However, she slowly starts to get him to open up about his personal life. At a hotel in Rome, she teases him again, and he cuffs her to the bed, and she's forced to watch Massimo receive oral sex from another woman. Afterwards, he caresses Laura's body, and she appears to be giving in. However, he stops, releases her, and orders her to get dressed for a club. I'm sorry? This scene, like... It broke both of us. It broke both of us. I don't think they even mentioned the fucking shower scene. God. No, I think there was a shower scene. No, there was. When we were watching the video, it was like, she was literally, like, taking it. They were literally, like, sleeping in the same bed. And, you know, the fucking, when he was sleeping with, like, his arms, like, crossed over his head, you know, we were talking about. Yeah. It's like the pose, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'll definitely sleep like that. Yeah, and then we both ended up sleeping like that, and both of our arms were like numb. Yes, we were just like, oh my god, that is the worst. Like, we both somehow magically ended up like sleeping with like our arms over our heads in our sleep, and we both woke up with like our hands being completely numb because the blood flow was gone. The blood flow was just nope. Yeah, and I was just like, ugh. Like I had to like wake up early, so I was like scrambling to put clothes on. Meanwhile, my fucking hand was like pins and needles. It was the worst. But anyway, the worst. But yeah, okay. There was like a scene that involved both of them in the shower, and like she's showering while he's in bed, and he's like watching her, and then he eventually like gets up and like showers with her. And she's just like glaring at him and shit, and then they just like get super close to one another. And he just like looks at her and is like, "You want to touch it?" To his pee-pee. And she kind of looks at him like, and then she rolls her eyes and walks away. And he fucking like grabs her neck. It's like a jump scare. It was like a jump scare because you hear like as he grabs her neck, and it's like fucking shit. Like. By the way, the entire score of this movie is just copyrighted songs. It's literally poorly timed copyrighted romance songs. Like, just like, and I need you. It's like, it's so hard to explain. It's like those really cheesy, like, overly dramatic songs you hear in, like, romance films. With like the bass and the orchestra music, and then there's just like a pop song that's like when it goes to like a scene at the club or something, and it's like it's so weird, and it cuts. I like the way you're just describing all this. Because people, we need to explain how bad this is, because like. It's one of those complicated movies where you have to explain every single thing wrong with it because there's so much shit wrong with it. There's so much.
that's just wrong.
It's like, it's not like a movie like Sharknado where it's like dead on arrival. There's like legitimate problems. Like, this movie had a production, it was supposed to be taken seriously, and there's so much stuff wrong with it.
There was so much money spent on this movie. You can clearly tell.
There's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And they thought this movie was going to be like top of the town on Netflix. Like,
nope.
But they instead literally made a movie that has pissed more people off than I think they realized, because of like how bad the messaging and like the type of story it was.
Yeah, just the language barrier is just too much.
Like, give Anastasia Steele some fucking credit. At least, like, when Christian Grey was like, oh, like, I want to do something anally to you. She's like, bro, fuck you. And then she leaves him. Like, this chick doesn't, like, do any of that. She, like, fought him. She, like, fought with him and saying, I'm not your property. Like, trying to punch him. But, of course, she, like, is submissive. And she literally has, like, nowhere else to go. She doesn't even attempt to, like, break out or anything.
Just the world's biggest sub.
Yeah, world's biggest bottom. Like, she doesn't, like, attempt to, like, leave, like, the mansion or, like, come up with, like, an escape plan. The one time she tries to go to the police, like, when they're, like, out on the town and he's, like, buying her a bunch of shit, the cops are crooked and are working for him because they're on, like, an island or something, and, like, she, like, tries to tell him, like, look, I need help, and they're just like, ooh, and they just walk away, and then Massimo is just standing there like, oh, thought you could do that?
Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm rich.
Pretty much. Oh god, let's just get fucking through this. All right. So at the club, Laura flaunts herself for Massimo and his friends, angering him when she begins to flirt with a man from the rival mafia family. Oh, here we go. The man gropes her against her will. Massimo and the others draw their weapons. Oh shit, while Laura is taken out of the club. The following morning, she awakens on a yacht to Massimo and his fellow mafios, Mario, arguing. During the fight, Massimo had shot the man who had groped Laura, inciting a mafia war between the two families. What the fuck?
What the absolute...
Fuck. Mario insists that Massimo has to get rid of Laura, but he refuses. Laura attempts to apologize, but Massimo blames her for the incident. She literally was trying to provoke you because of all the shit you were doing, and you shot a man dead because of it.
I wonder whose fault that was.
Okay, Massimo blames her. As they argue, Laura falls into the water and Massimo jumps in to save her. She awakens. He admits he was scared she might not make it, and he does not want to lose her. They then spend hours having sex.
Oh my. That was probably the funniest part of the movie.
It was so
just like, oh yeah, definitely. That was definitely the reason why. God.
Mind you.
I could not take it seriously after that.
Mind you, it was literally like the most stereotypical romance thing.
You saved me.
She's laying in bed and he's watching her sleep, and she wakes up and she's like, you saved me? And he goes on about how, oh, I don't want to lose you. And then she literally just sits up. She just sits up, and then they just proceed to just fuck.
Bang.
for God knows how long. And it's like, I'm just sitting here, like, I literally, like, dropped my phone, like, this man stalked you, drugged and kidnapped you, literally got crooked cops to basically give you false hope, forced you to lay on a bed while another woman was basically giving him a blowy, and he kills a man out of jealousy for you, apparently, which...
Just the worst.
And he fucking blames you for that. And just because he saved you... he's automatically the best man ever, and you end up having sex with him for God knows how many hours. Bitch, excuse me?
That is the point where I was just like, I'm gonna turn my brain off.
Why do these movies just insist that, like, as soon as,
just like one good, just like, oh, I'll save girl, just completely redeems.
It completely redeems, like, one action. One out of, like, the 50 bajillion bad things. He does one good thing, and then they're suddenly the sexiest person on the world. Like, do these movies not think humans have brains?
My brain, it's just too small. I think that's a good thing. I don't know.
We have square brains compared to the most, like, galactic brain of the world in this movie. The movie just got fucking hilarious after this, because considering what fucking happens in the end.
God. She dies.
Spoiler. Alright. Massimo allows Laura to visit her family in Warsaw. He tells her he loves her and will join her after finishing up business. In Warsaw, Laura waits for Massimo for days with no contact. She reconnects with Olga. It's like, and they go clubbing. She runs into Martin, who says he has been looking for her to apologize and explain the photographs. He attempts to convince her to reconcile. I can't fucking read. And follow her back. Reconcile and follows her back to her apartment, where Massimo is unexpectedly waiting. How the fuck did he even get into the apartment? Oh, well, he's a mafia guy. He probably just picked the lock.
Just lock-picked. Yeah.
It's like he tells Martin to go. Angry at being abandoned, Laura slaps Massimo. While having sex, she opens his shirt to see wounds from the mafia war. She confesses to him that she loves him. The following morning, Massimo proposes. Mind you, these people have only known each other for not even a year. Because I think, like, the exact line she said when she told him, like, I love you was, like, I don't need 365 days because I love you. It's like, oh my god.
I don't need 365 days because I love you so much, you kidnapper. You.
My kidnapper.
Like, why is that a romantic idea?
Why? I, like, oh god, I just don't understand. The following morning, Massimo proposes and she accepts. However, she asks him to keep his occupations a secret from her parents. Oh, gee, that totally would have... that totally would have went over well. That totally would have went over well if you didn't. Well, let me tell. It's like, back in Italy, Mario informs Massimo of rising tensions. Laura mentions feeling unwell, but brushes off seeing a doctor. They discuss their upcoming wedding at her family is not allowed to attend, as she does not want them to discover what Massimo does. However, Massimo allows Olga to come as Laura's bridesmaid. When Olga visits, Laura reveals she is pregnant. Olga urges her to tell Massimo about the pregnancy. Meanwhile, Mario receives a phone call from a Torricelli informant that the rival mafia family is about to kill Laura. Laura's car enters a tunnel but does not come out the other side. Mario rushes to find Massimo just as Laura's call drops. Realizing the implications, Massimo breaks down as the police car blares at the entrance of the tunnel. Oh my god.
Just the entire ending was just so poorly shot.
It was so abrupt, too. There was, like, no conclusion. Like, they thought they were being, like, artsy and, like, dramatic with just ending at the implication that Laura fucking dies. Because this dude didn't know how to fucking handle a mafia war, I guess. But oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, her dying was probably the better alternative, because can you fucking imagine, like, not inviting your family to your wedding because you don't want them to know about your fiance's job?
I don't want my family to know about my fiance being,
a mafia boss. Who has violent tendencies. And might have killed several people, dozens of people, one of them because of me. Like, bruh. Like, how do you fucking, like... how do people come up with this shit? God, I probably went on such a long tangent about that movie, but it is so laughably terrible.
It is such a bad movie.
It's so bad. Alright. Let's move on to a funny one.
A funny one. Like, I don't know what's a funny and bad movie.
I don't know, I honestly just kind of want to read, like, the Wikipedia plots to, like, some of these movies. You want to know what movie I want to look up, since we were talking about Sharknado earlier?
What?
There's, like, this one movie that, like, somebody, like, added me on Twitter about, called, like, Ouija Shark or something.
Oh, yeah, just, like, we're gonna need a bigger board.
It's, like, Ouija Shark, here we go. And it's, like, a giant shark in the water, and there's just, like, some chick with, like, a poorly photoshopped, like, Ouija board in her hands. Like, I just want to read the plot. It reminded
me of that, like, Nintendo account, like, that account where it's just, like, huge Nintendo 3DS.
Huge Nintendo 3DS. Yeah. Oh, God.
Have you seen that account?
Huge Nintendo 3DS. No, I've seen the images, though. God, there are so many, like, shark movies. Like,
there are so many shark movies. Why are there so many shark movies?
I don't know. I guess they think that it's profitable. I don't...
It's like literally the fact that, like, so many people are scared of sharks is just laughable, because they are literally, like, you have a higher chance of getting killed by a vending machine than a shark. That's, like, an actual fact. Like, they do not kill that many people.
Yeah, they just kind of... I mean, shark attacks, like, some people can lose a limb from a shark attack, but it's mainly, like, because the shark thinks you're a seal, and they're hungry.
Yeah. But then again, it doesn't even happen that often.
That's true. I still get kind of scared of sharks because the teeth... Like, if one, like, came towards me, I would probably, like, flinch and freak out because I'm like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I know they're not inherently bad. I'm just, like, scared that I'm, like, provoking it on accident and it's gonna attack me because of that, that type of shit. Like,
yeah. Like...
Oh.
I think there's a lot of, like, animal conservationists that are pretty upset with, like, how Hollywood portrayed sharks and how they're, like, bloodthirsty creatures. Like, half of the time, sharks just eat krill.
Yeah.
They just eat, like, very small kind of creatures rather than, big old honking seals.
I noticed that this movie was directed by Brett Kelly, which, like, I recognize that name because, so, you know about Cool Cat, right?
Oh, yeah, I know about Cool Cat.
Yeah, you remember, like, the drama back in, like, 2016 when, like, Derek Savage was, like, trying to shut down, like, channels, like, for copyright infringement for giving them, like, reviews and stuff, and, like, I Hate Everything did, like, a whole thing. Like, I remember Brett Kelly because, like, back when it's alleged, I don't think it was ever, like, confirmed if, like, Derek Savage actually did this, but it was alleged in the video that he impersonated a law firm to, like, scare, like, IHE, and Your Movie Sucks, he like actually did some investigating, actually contacted the producer of like one of the shark movies that IHE covered, because that was one of the films that the quote-unquote law firm brought up, and it was by this dude, and the director was like this dude named Brett Kelly, and I'm looking
oh my god.
And I'm looking, and it's like Ouija Shark, directed by Brett Kelly. And I'm like, are all these shark movies just directed by this Brett Kelly dude?
Brett Kelly, the best director of our generation. It's literally just a shark, one of those hand shark puppets. You know those videos of the hand shark puppet?
Oh my god! The one where they're just like screaming, and like it's like those TikToks where it's just like,
yeah,
and they're just
and it's just like a high-pitched squeal. God. So a group of teenage girls summon an ancient man-eating shark after messing with a spirit board that washes up on the beach. An occult specialist must enter the shark's realm to rid this world of the deadly spirit ghost once and for all.
It's a ghost shark?
It's a ghost shark.
It's literally just a ghost shark.
Why would anyone want to summon a shark?
I don't know. Oh my god, the fucking photos.
They're so... Watch the trailer. It's just so bad. It looks like it was shot on a camcorder.
Fuck, I don't know how to spell Ouija. There we go. It's like, this is one thing I hate about the English language. Like, you have words that sound a certain way, but when you spell them, it's not how they're supposed to sound at all. Like,
it's not like how they're formed at all.
Like, Ouija, like, I can't fucking process in my head. Fucking baloney.
Ouija. Bologna.
Like fucking baloney. This is Bologna. It's Bologna.
Knife.
It's kniff. It's knife. You fucks. English is so weird. Oh my god, it's like oh my god.
the medieval knight.
Night. Alright, let me just watch the trailer. I'm gonna try to play the audio. Ah shit, there's an ad.
No.
No, well, you please.
Maybe your purpose on this planet isn't on this planet.
Fucking ad. Space Force, whatever. Alright. Wild Eye releasing.
I was at the beach, and I found this Ouija board in the water.
My god, the shark. It's literally a puppet.
It's just a game, Dad. At least, I thought it was.
Lord.
What's going on over here?
Oh my god. Is that a shark?
Or ghost?
There's no ghost yet today.
Oh my god.
We somehow summoned it out of the board.
Why would anyone want to summon a shark?
This film trying to be self-aware, my god.
Good.
Why would you use a shotgun on a shark ghost? That's literally not going to do anything. Also, sharks don't growl.
Sharks do not growl. They make no noise. Because they don't have any vocal cords.
Because they're underwater.
Yeah.
It's like Jaws, what was it, Jaws 3D, that like tried to make the shark growl, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, I think I'm about to steal. God. I kind of, like, part of me just, like, blames Sharknado for this shit, because you know for a fact nobody would have given a shit about any of these movies if it wasn't for Sharknado. Ironically getting notoriety because of Twitter. But this is before, like, Twitter became Twitter. 2020 Twitter. Like, what's supposed to be? After, like, you know, Tumblr, after the Tumblr purge, and everybody came to Twitter, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't get these fucking shark movies, man. They...
shark movies.
Yeah, I, like, when it comes to certain movies being, like, it's so bad it's good, like, I have a very select few, but I also, like, know those movies have, like, a certain quality to them that I enjoy, especially with horror movies. With movies like that, I can't get behind it. I can never get behind it. Because it's so poorly made, and it's, like, purposefully, like, bad, the acting's bad, it's just... It's like an experience for, like, if you want to watch once while you're drunk or when you're with your friends, but, like, after that it's like, why the fuck am I even bothering? You know?
Yeah, just why am I even bothering? God,
to get the Ouija shark. Alright, what's another bad movie that we can shit on? What's, like, a movie that was supposed to be good, like a blockbuster movie that's supposed to be good, but it ended up being absolute
Aquaman.
shit? Aquaman. I never saw it.
Aquaman. Okay.
You go. You tell me. I need to know. I never saw it.
Aquaman film. Aquaman is a 2018 American superhero film based on the DC Comics character of the same name. All right, let's take a look at the plot, shall we? In 1985, Maine lighthouse keeper Thomas Curry rescues Atlanta, the queen of the underwater kingdom of Atlantis.
Is that the red-haired chick?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the chick that's played by that actor that was really abusive towards Johnny Depp. Ugh, that makes this movie extra gross to me.
Extra. They fall in love and have a son named Arthur, who has the power to communicate with sea creatures.
Oh wait, that's not the red-haired lady. That's not the red-haired lady. That's the mom.
Oh yeah, no. No, that's the mom.
Yeah,
when Atlantean soldiers are sent to retrieve Atlanta, who fled her arranged marriage in Atlantis, she abandons her family and returns to Atlantis, entrusting her advisor, Nuidus Vulco, to train Arthur, becoming a skilled warrior. Arthur rejects Atlantis upon learning that Atlanta was executed for loving a human and having a half-breed son. In the present day, several months after Steppenwolf's invasion, Arthur confronts pirates hijacking a Russian Akula-class submarine. Their leader, Jesse Kane, is killed in a failed attempt to kill Arthur, and his son David vows revenge. Orm, king of Atlantis and Arthur's half-brother, attempts to convince King Nereus of Zebel to help unite Atlantis and attack the surface world for polluting the oceans. Nereus notes that if Orm unites all four kingdoms, he will receive the title of Ocean Master. Ocean Master.
Ocean Man.
Ocean Master. Blaster. Commander of the most powerful force on the planet. A Russian submarine attacks and is destroyed by Orm, convincing Nereus to join forces and defend the oceans. Nereus' daughter, Mara, betrothed to Orm, refuses to aid them and journeys to the surface to ask Arthur for help. He declines, but Mara earns his trust by saving Thomas from a tsunami summoned by Orm. Arthur reluctantly accompanies Mara to rendezvous with Vulco, who urges Arthur to find the Trident of Atlan, a magic artifact of Atlantis' first ruler, to reclaim its rightful place as king. They are ambushed by Orm's men, and Arthur is captured. Are you getting this so far?
You lost me halfway through.
That's what I'm saying.
This sounds so boring.
This entire movie is just a slog.
Oh my God.
Like, okay. This movie is 2.5 hours long. It's a slog to sit through. What I just explained is like the first half of the movie.
Oh my god.
Like, it's so bad. Arthur is chained and presented to Orm, who blames him and the Surface for Atlanta's death. He offers Arthur an opportunity to leave forever, but Arthur challenges him to a duel in a ring of underwater lava. Orm gains the upper hand and nearly kills Arthur before Mera rescues him. Arthur and Mera journey to the fallen kingdom of the deserters hidden under the Sahara Desert. Excuse me. Where the trident was forged.
What?
And unlock a holographic message that leads them to Sicily, Italy, where they retrieve the trident's coordinates.
What? I'm so lost right now.
You know, the kingdom of the deserters. In the desert.
In the desert,
You know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh? You don't know? Well, let me catch you up to speed. Orm meets David, revealing that the submarine that attacked was the one hijacked by David, hired by Orm to stage an attack from the surface to win Neris's support.
So he's just building an army or some shit?
I get this. Orm gives David a prototype Atlantean battlesuit to kill Arthur. Imprisons. Wait a second. Orm gives David a prototype Atlantean battlesuit to kill armor, imprisons Volko, and coerces the Atlantean kingdom of the fishermen to pledge their allegiance to him by killing their king after he declines, and forcing the queen and princess, who is the next in line for the throne, to assemble their forces out of fear. Am I having a stroke? And armored David rechristens himself as Black Manta and ambushes Arthur.
Black Manta. Oh.
Yeah.
I know
David.
him.
David is Black Manta and ambushes Arthur and Mera in Sicily, grievously
cool.
injuring Arthur before he is thrown off of a cliff. Like the only cool part of the movie.
Obviously, because Black Manta is amazing.
Mera nurses Arthur's wounds as they seek the trident and encourages him to embrace his destiny as king. At their destination, Arthur and Mera fend off amphibious monsters of the trench, and a wormhole transports them to an uncharted sea at the center of the earth. They are reunited with Atlanta, who was sacrificed to the trench for having Arthur, but had survived and escaped to the uncharted sea, alive and well. Arthur faces Carathan, a mythical leviathan and keeper of the trident, and voices his determination to protect both Atlantis and the surface, proving his worth in reclaiming the trident, which grants him control over the seven seas. Orm and his allies lead an army against the crustacean forces of the Kingdom of the Brine to complete Orm's preparations. As Orm declares himself Ocean Master, Arthur and Mera, with the assistance of Carathan and the Trench, lead an army of marine creatures against him. Orm's followers embrace Arthur as the true king upon learning he wields Hadlin's trident. Arthur defeats Orm in combat but spares his life, and Orm accepts his fate after discovering that Arthur has rescued their mother. Atlanta reunites with Thomas, while Arthur ascends to the throne with Mera by his side. In a mid-credits scene, David is rescued by Dr. Stephen Shin, a marine scientist and conspiracy theorist obsessed with Atlantis, and agrees to lead Shin there in exchange for help in his revenge on Arthur. And that is leading up to the sequel, Aquaman 2.
I like spaced out through like half of that.
You would have spaced out through like half of the movie. Like, it's such a slog to sit through.
Did you actually see it?
I saw it. Like, the first half is so boring. There's so much talking. And, like, it has, like, a few good scenes, but other than that, it's just, like, it's just not worth it. The one introducing Black Manta, it was very, very cool.
Yeah, because
cool, but
you can never say no to Black Manta, like, and his design in the movie was really, really badass. So
yeah,
I remember seeing it like through like trailers and like some leaked photos, and I thought, damn, this almost gives me motivation to go see the movie, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's a very poorly reviewed movie, and for good reason. I think it's very bad.
I always like hear mixed thoughts on like DC movies, because like 9 times out of 10 people will say it's bad, but then there's just like that chunk of people who are just like, no, it's actually good, you know. And I'm just like, I don't trust any of these assholes. Like,
I mean, it has a 7 out of 10, which, like, yeah, I can get why some people think it's good, but it's just.
Also, Jason Momoa is just eye candy to look at, so it's probably a good chunk of reason why people wanted to see the movie.
Jason Momoa is just like he takes up a lot of the screen time
for good
and
reason.
for good reason. Like, yeah, it's just he is just that. Yeah.
Reminds me, I need to watch Birds of Prey, because a lot of the reasons why people hate it is because, you know, it's like the, you know, femoid power, you know, that type of shit.
Girl power.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to the soundtrack like more times than I wish to admit, because I really like a lot of the music on here, because it's just my hip hop side coming out. And a lot of the songs are genuinely catchy, and I love Harley Quinn, so I'm willing to give it a shot. I just really don't like the direction they did with her, like, fashion and her whole aesthetic, to be honest.
God.
Like, I didn't, like, the Suicide Squad version, like, I was, at the time, I was okay with, because if they were basing it off the, as far as I knew, the new 52 Suicide Squad, and that version of Harley in that continuity was red and blue. Mm-hmm. So like I was okay with it. A lot of people were pissed at it because obviously, you know, it's like bimbofication. Honestly, like, I don't understand like why people like get on like the quote unquote over sexualization of Harley Quinn, because she was already like a sexy character in that bodysuit.
Yeah.
Like, but because she showed her tits, automatically she's a slut. It's like, bro, you're just a slut shamer. Just fucking admit it. Like, I will never understand the whole like people thinking it's like, oh, it's bimbofication. Oh, you're over sexualizing her, when she was already like,
she was all
sexualized.
She was already pretty like hot in the original animations and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, literally, like the episode where she's like singing to like all those mobsters, she literally just like points her ass at them, yeah. and they whistle at her. The fucking pie episode? Are you shitting me?
Like really?
And people are trying to say the new versions are making her a slut. It's like, no, like no. She was already a sexy character to begin with. It's just because she's just showing off more skin that makes her like a slut and over sexualized. No, you just admit you're a slut shamer and move on. Like, I don't understand that. But like the direction of like Harley's like outfit in like Birds of Prey, I'm not really a huge fan of. There's only like one look that I kind of liked, where it was like this one with like this blue jacket that was covered in patches, but she kind of had like a half black, half red crop top. First of all, I want just that crop top. The rest of the outfit can no.
There are a lot of different like costume changes in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a lot of different costumes. I know it, and they even show that in the trailer too. The fucking confetti jacket or whatever, the pom-pom sleeve jacket.
Oh god,
what the fuck was that?
Yeah, like that's I get that she's a weird character, but does she have to wear like Lady Gaga type clothing?
I mean, it makes sense for her character because she's chaotic as all hell, and she's and yeah, I mean, obviously with the Harley Quinn cartoon, which people need to fucking watch that. If don't fucking doubt it because don't fucking doubt that show because it's a cartoon and it's about Harley Quinn. Don't let the trailers deceive you. That show is fucking amazing, and the Joker is he's fucking hilarious in that show. But anyway. But yeah, like, part of me was, like, semi-okay with it, but then over time I was like, I can't fucking get behind this. It doesn't, like, look or remind me of Harley at all, because her her jester, like, half-tone, like, fashion is, like, so iconic.
Yeah.
Like, I was okay with, like, the pink and, like, the red and blue and, like, the mishmash of colors. Like, that would have been good, but I feel like the Harlequin sort of look should have, like, still been interpreted, but I guess that's just their way of, like, making her a different character in a sense.
Yeah.
You know? I've always just been a real stickler for, like, how they do her outfits. Because the Suicide Squad look wasn't terrible. People, I think, over-exaggerate how bad it was because she's just wearing booty shorts and a shirt. Like,
yeah.
It was, I mean, compared to the other versions that I've seen, comic book wise and video game wise, that outfit was pretty tame.
Mm-hmm.
And people like try to point at like the scene where she's like putting on the shirt and she's like wearing a bra, like she just has her bra on and like she's showing off her stomach and stuff as her being a hoe, and it's like, this is literally not bad at all to me. I don't understand it. Like, I mean, out of all the things people could complain about for Suicide Squad, the stuff with Harley is, like, I feel like is the least of our concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge DC movies. I really want DC to succeed, though, especially with, like, Batman movies and stuff. And Joker was such a good movie. Like,
yeah, Joker 2019 was a pretty good movie.
It was so good. Like,
yeah.
Of course, like, it was so controversial at the time. I didn't see it until, like, way later because, there were supposed threats of, like, people shooting up the theater and stuff because of the fucking Aurora theater shooting, which even though it's been written and proven that there was literally no reference to the Joker from the killer, but people just fucking ran with it because...
I'm the Joker, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, I did my research on that thing. The killer literally, like, did nothing that referenced the Joker at all, but the fucking media just ran with it to, like, just because. It's fucking stupid. But, yeah. The movie was good regardless, and it had a lot of, like, deep shit. And it was such an interesting, like, take on the Joker compared to, like, the version that I know and I like. Like, I like to call it, like, the non-acid Joker. Because, in his original story, he, like, falls in a pit of, like, chemical, like, acid. And then that's how he gets his look. Or his clown look or whatever. But in this movie, it's, like, he's just a fucked up guy. And he made and a fucked up guy who made terrible decisions. And he became a villain because of that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, like, he was pitiful, like, you feel bad for him, but at the end of the day, he still made bad choices, and that's what caused him to become the Joker, so.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why people were just, like, trying to argue, like, oh, you can't, like, sympathize with him, like, it's like, well, you can sympathize with the villain, that doesn't mean, like, you're glorifying what he does. Villains can be sympathetic because that adds to the motivation of what they do,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just the whole, like, it's essentially like gatekeeping, like, oh, you can't make villains, like, sympathetic. You can't, like, do this, do that because the villains have done X, Y, and Z. So, like, doing anything that's remotely sympathetic towards them is bad because you're glorifying what they do. It's like, that's literally not how that works. Like,
yeah.
It's literally not how that works. Like, a sad man can become a villain, and in the words of the Joker, it only takes one bad day. Like,
It only takes one bad day.
And that quote works for the Joker because, one, he said it, and that's essentially what pretty much happened to him.
He said the thing.
I don't remember if he actually said that line in the movie, but I know that's, like, a thing in The Killing Joke, which is obviously one of the most well-known, like, Joker comics, but... Oh! The Killing Joke movie!
Oh, God. Oh no.
Speaking of bad movies, since that's what the podcast is about, the Killing Joke movie.
The Killing Joke movie.
It was so bad.
I've seen it, but I forget a lot of it. A lot of it.
The main issue was the stuff that they shoved in the beginning with Batgirl.
Oh yeah, Batgirl and Batman.
Batman.
Like Batman is how old in that?
I don't know.
He's like the older Batman, right?
I assume so.
Like there's a version of Batman that's like pretty much, senile. Like 50 something.
Yeah.
And Batgirl is like Gordon's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Like she's
an
adult, but she's a young adult.
She's
Oh god, it was so weird. A lot of people have pointed this out too. The writers just seem to have like a thing for Batman and Batgirl to get together. We don't know why. It's like their ship. Why. But they had too much power and they just decided to put this in a movie where it didn't even belong. There was literally no reason for it.
There was no need of it. If it wasn't in the movie, it would have been fine.
It would have been fine. You could literally just fast forward and it literally changes nothing. Supposedly, or from what I've heard, they tried to, add that to make Batgirl more sympathetic considering what fucking happens to her in Killing Joke. But it's why would you need that?
Why would you need that?
Why would you need that? What's your excuse for having Batman and Batgirl fuck and literally near the end before this shit happens? What, is Batman supposed to feel even worse for her after what happens? No. Some people have tried to put more not justify it, but try to explain it as in Batman is being way smarter than this. I think I saw a comment once where it was somebody was saying Batman isn't doing this because he's horny for Batgirl, but he's doing it because he knows this will shut her up. you know? And I'm part of me wants to believe that because Batman is really fucking intelligent, but at the same time it's why would you I can't even imagine it's so weird. The animation though was kind of a flop too. It looked really weird.
Yeah, it looked very, very off.
Yeah. I mean, it made for a good audio. I mean, the voice acting made for a good audiobook for the actual comic. For the stuff that they didn't cut out, it's there are a few things that they left out. I noticed because there's a video where it's it's you basically using the audio from the movie as an audio thing for the original comic, but there was some shit that was cut out and or changed, so it just makes it aggravating to sit through sometimes. I mean, Mark Hamill's Joker voicing, the Joker in the Killing Joke obviously was a brilliant decision. He's literally the best voice for him, and honestly, the voice was good. There were a few moments where it just seemed really off, but and the Joker just looked really weird in the animation. Trying to translate that really detailed comic book illustration to animation really was lackluster. It really didn't translate well. There are some scenes where the Joker looks great, but other times he just looks what even is this?
Yeah. Really though.
He just looked really, really weird. I wonder if I can just find a picture to show you. Let me just type real quick. Killing Joke Joker. Yeah. In some places it looked good, but then in other places it's ugh. Movie joke. Alright. Ugh. Here, this is a picture when he's holding the glass and his eyes are blocked, so it looks 10 times creepy. That looks good. That looks good. And then there's just shit like this, like frames like this, where it's just like, oh,
his chin, and it looks like he's like not in the middle of a movement, because you know how like animators do the thing where like, you know, squash and stretch, and you know.
His hair just looked really weird too.
It's just like weird Goku spikes.
It's just so strange. But yeah, like it's good when it's obviously telling the Killing Joke story, but then I just don't understand the Batgirl thing at all.
Me too.
There was literally like no place for it. It's the reason why the movie is so like despised at this point. Like, if they had literally just like cut that, it would have made no difference.
It wouldn't have made that much of a difference at all.
Like, I don't understand, like, it was literally just like glorified fan fiction for the writers because the writers just have this weird obsession with like Batgirl x Batman for some reason. And apparently, like, that it was, like, a common thing with them. They, like, some of them, like, drew it and shit. And it's like, why do you guys like this so much? Like, I don't get the appeal, like, whatsoever.
It's just weird. Yeah.
I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. It's like the whole fight scene leading up to the it's leading up to the diddling. It's like, bruh. I will never understand what these people are thinking.
I will never understand why we haven't ended the podcast sooner.
Oh well, I can end it here.
Well, looks like that's the end of today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little podcast with my friend here, Icyhazard XXXXXX.
Fuck you. Alrighty.
But yeah,
Alright.
I hope you've enjoyed.
Alright, you can find us on Twitter and YouTube.
Yes, you surely can.
Okay, he's turning into the Joker at this point. Cut the feed. Cut the feed. No. All right.
Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at IcyHazardX, and you can find my channel Horror Gag Theater. I discuss horror movies and all things creepy. And yeah, that's about it.
You can find me at twitter.com/hostjeff. That's HOSTGEF. And you can also find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Feghost. Because, you know, I'm cool like that. But yeah, that's been today's episode. I hope you like it so far. Please like and subscribe, comment. Do you want to do a Q&A episode?
Yeah, that'd be fun.